Sheviit, Perek Hey, Mishnah Ched, 8th Mishnah, the 5th chapter of Sheviit. We're in the middle of discussing different rules, different halachot that Chazal instituted regarding what could a person do, or what were responsibilities of a religious person vis-a-vis someone who was not religious, who was chashud al Sheviit. Okay, what could I do and what could I not do out of concern that he would violate halachot of Sheviit? Says the Mishnah. Beit Shammai says, Lo yibkor lo para choreshet b'shvi'it. I can't sell a person who's chashud on Sheviit, and I'm explaining according to the Kati, who says he's talking about a chashud. Lo yibkor lo para choreshet b'shvi'it. I can't sell him a cow that's used for choresh, for plowing on Shevi'it, because what's he going to do with it? He's going to plow with it. Beit Hillel matirim, but Beit Hillel says it's permitted. Why? He could slaughter it. Okay, look at the Bartenura. The Bartenura explains, Ubechol duhu matzinan limitle talinan. Everything that you could be tolet. Tolet means you could hang the excuse. You could say, no, he's not going to do the prohibited, he's going to do the permitted. Talinan, we are tolet. Beit Shammai says, I don't think it's a svara. Beit Shammai says we don't say chol madu litle matina. We don't just say since it's possible that he's going to use it for shchita. Nobody shechs a cow that's used for charisha, for plowing. Those are very specific cows. They're very powerful. The cows that are used for eating are used for eating, and then when they can no longer plow, then they eat. The plower ones, these for plowing. So Beit Shammai says even though I could be toleh, I'm not going to be toleh. Beit Hillel has a much more lenient approach and says, it's not your problem. As long as there's a possibility that he's not going to sin, then you're not over on lifnei iver. You're not violating the problem of lifnei iver. Says the Beit Shammai, says the Mishnah, and the Mishnah continues. Mocher lo, it's unclear whether this is Beit Hillel or Beit Shammai agrees to these halachot. Mocher lo peirot afilu b'shat hazera. I can sell in produce, let's say corn for example, even in the time of planting. Why? Because in this case, even Beit Shammai would agree theoretically he wants to eat it. You don't have to assume that he's going to plant it. Umashilo se'ato, se'ah is a se'ah measurement. He wants to measure a se'ah. Even though I know he has a goren. Okay, maybe he wants to measure for the purposes of placing things in the goren for storage, which is prohibited. So the Bartenura explains, we're not concerned maybe he wants to measure in order to put it in his storage. Because maybe he's doing it, he's measuring in order to bring it to the grinder, which is definitely legitimate. It's not like theoretically possible that he could slaughter this cow. No, it's much more likely a person does have to measure his produce in order to bring it to the grinder. Uparei lo ma'ot, and you can give change. Lifrot, that's actually a word in Hebrew. You say, Lifrot, can you give me change? That's what you do when you want to give, you pay the restaurant with your credit card, and then you want to be Lifrot because you don't have small change to pay the tip. Uparei lo ma'ot, you can make change. Even though he knows he has workers, but maybe the po'alim are working in the field, maybe they're, building a fence, maybe they're doing permitted things. Even though he has workers, you don't have to assume that the workers are doing prohibited things. You can assume the workers are doing permitted things. Okay, v'kulan beferush asurin. Even Beit Hillel agrees that if beferush, if he says, oh, I need to buy a cow because I have to plow, or I need the money because I have to pay my workers who are doing work in the field that's prohibited, then it's beferush asurin because of lifnei iver. Bartenura says, then you are taking a part and you're helping someone who's violating the halacha. Okay? And if all of them, if he says explicitly, want to do something prohibited, then all of them are asur. You're not allowed to do something, even though it's his choice, you're not allowed to do something that because you took part, you're misayeh lo-ovrei avera. This question always comes up when you're let's say you're walking in the street in Jerusalem, somebody drives by and says, it's a very famous question, how do I get to so-and-so? So do you not ignore him? If you ignore him, maybe he'll drive around more. If you tell him, then you're being misayeh lo-ovrei avera. It's a very interesting question, and that's why we have Orthodox rabbis. You can ask your Rav this question. We'll dedicate the learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. And as always, if you have any comments or questions, email me at rspolter@gmail.com. Have a great day.